all of a sudden, my brain was so clear that I could just do the right thing without even thinking.
I feel buoyant and alive, Michelle. It's amazing. It's like a different planet. It opens up possibilities.
Hello there, good evening. This is Michelle Holong. What I'm here tonight to share is the science behind sparkle. And you might think, well, what does that all mean? And it's been a journey, a very, very interesting one through all the years. And you may think, well, maybe, I was always like this way, but I can tell you this, that I used to be a skeptic. I used to be one of those who would say, what I can't see, I don't want, I'm not interested, because it's all woo-woo stuff. There are things that we do that we don't actually realize that they are actually, we can't see it, but we use it, we believe it, we accepted it, and it works. So these things, when I started using homeopathic remedies back in 1990, the process is potentialization. The Queen of England uses homeopathic doctors who are specialized in homeopathy. Why? Because it works, and it's all energy. So that's the first thing I want to share, so you can see that maybe you think, oh, the woo isn't for me, but you are dealing with a little bit of woo if you are using homeopathic Nikan magnets or any kind of magnetic products, those kinds of things. And then the second thing I want to share about is the heart and body, brain, mind, coherence. You may say, what is that? Well, I have a client, Ruby, and you may have seen some testimonial videos of her because she was so excited with the results she got. And she had grief from her puppy, actually, who had passed away many months ago, and she was really attached, and she couldn't think, and she was in this space and couldn't do her work. And then I gave her a sparkle session, and what happened in that sparkle session is all of a sudden she said, instantaneously, you can watch a video on my YouTube channel, she said this fog cleared, and all of a sudden she had instant clarity and the fog lifted. Well, how did that happen? Bruce Lipton, in his book, and he studies and talks about epigenetics, he explains it that thoughts and emotions creates stress hormones, which then changes your cells and how your cells react. The HeartMath Institute in California, they have cardiologists who study the brain. And what they found is that when the heart is in coherence, when you're happy and you're breathing, you're relaxed, everything works better and your body works better. And it affects your physiology. The heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the body. And when you are in coherence, that field becomes healing. And when I do sparkle, this field expands. I discovered art because I did that for my own healing. What came out of that was that I ended up producing this deck of cards. And the deck of cards, I took it to a conference, and this lady said, could I please see it? But she wasn't a seeing person because she had a seeing eye dog and she was reading Braille. And I placed it in her hand, and then she said, I like that. And I put another one, I really like that card. And she bought a deck of cards from me, and her expression when I asked her what she liked about it was that every card had its own energy, and it was fun and meaningful to experiment because it made her house feel lighter and brighter, and she thanked me for the deck. So those were just gel pens, and now what that led to was acrylic paintings. So I paint in acrylic, and it mixed media with crystals in some of my paintings, and those are what I call my intuitive artwork, which is healing art. People buy my paintings because they feel better. One person even said it made her feel good, so much so that she felt like going to work on a dark winter's night because she hadn't felt good in months. And it was just this little 4-inch by 4-inch painting, and it was in green, and she hated green, but she said, but this painting is making me feel good. So off she went, she purchased it, and she took it home and sent me a picture of it on her office wall, which was a forest green. She was a financial advisor, and I think that was just her office at work, and that was the color of the wall. And there it was on her wall, bringing her joy and happiness. So I'm not trying to convince you of anything, but if this is something that you're looking for an option to something you're dealing with. There is an option, and then you experience physiological, emotional, or some kind of shift that you've been trying to get rid of for years and you haven't been able to get rid of. You've just been telling stories and it's done nothing. You just keep on telling the stories and hope that it will go away. But with sparkle, I've said it before, you don't need to tell stories. You don't have to repeat or make up stories. You don't have to know why. I don't have to know why. I just connect with the energy and the knowing. And we play, and I see what shows up, and it's just a matter of that. So I'd like to leave you here today to say, I'm not trying to convince you to do anything, just to open up to what's possible. And if this is for you, that's okay. If it's not, that's okay too. But this is what I'm here to serve the world with. And sparkle is beautiful, it is gentle, it can do things that I'm amazed at, and my clients who've experienced it are amazed at too. And as I said, many of them don't know how to explain it. And so it's that thing that is one of the reasons why I put together this episode, to try and give it a little bit of explanation in terms of what you as in the world can wrap your heads around and do more research on. That's all for now, and until the next time, I'm Michelle Holang. Until we see you the next time.